The U.S. government posts record amount of budget deficit of almost $500 billion in 1 month. Where does that money come and go? It's your money. And it's your deficit, they try to say. You got to come up with it somehow. So we're going to talk about that and where does your hard-earned tax dollar go? The money that you need badly is going to these crooks and criminals and they're wasting it. My name is Paymon. I'm the president of Freedom Law School at freedomlawschool.org. Let's go look at the situation, what's really going on with the American budget deficit and our government. Okay. Here you see, first of all, a comment by Ron DeSantis, okay, Florida governor, the failure of the Doge in one sentence. Breaking news came out recently, okay, that the U.S. government has posted a record budget deficit of $432 billion with a B, right? So let's look at this. You see, this website fiscal data shows how much revenue has the U.S. government collected this year. Well, so far here we are, it's $4.4 trillion. Okay, about 4.5 trillion with a T. Now, how much has U.S. government spent this year? Oh, 6.2 trillion with the T. Yeah. So that's already close to $2 trillion already. And here we are only in August 25th, 2026, right? Let's look at this. What is a national deficit right now? How much is the government, all the debt the federal government has incurred all this time is, yep, like I said, 1.8 trillion. So we're on track this year for the national deficit to go up by $2 trillion already this year on track. Okay? So, and look at this. The national debt right now is just past $40 trillion. Yep, $40 trillion. And it's going to become, so $2 trillion in 1 year. Look at this one. This chart shows the amount of the total budget deficit, okay, over the years, from 1925 to 2025, okay? And look at it here was, for example, look at how much the budget deficit was in 1965. It was only 3.25 trillion, okay? 1985, 3.5 trillion roughly. But since then, look at that. It's in 2025 we're 37, and this year's already $40 trillion. That they want you to come up. They want you to work hard and pay off this debt, okay? And look at the deficit between all the different presidents. They consistently have this stuff go up, okay? All from Clinton to Trump, they add to the budget. By the way, the only time I was good because of Bill Clinton was because Clinton was trying to be not a communist Democrat. Republicans were in power, so they actually did some budget cutting. Plus, it was good economic times. That combination of those caused deficits to actually go down a little bit temporarily. Okay, so look at this. See now, this is Joe Rogan going to be interviewing Elon Musk, and when they set up the Doge to cut government waste. This little 4-minute clip is very eye-opening. You're going to want to watch this. So here we go. Let's play this.
As bad as Twitter was, the federal government is much worse. So, in the case of Twitter, it wasn't a profitable company. It was like basically a break-even company. But at least it was break-even, and it had to pass an audit. The federal government is not break-even. It's literally losing $2 trillion a year, and it does not pass its audits. It fails its own audits. So, there's a case where, I think Senator Collins was telling me about how she gave the Navy $12 billion for more submarines, got no extra submarines, and then held a hearing to say where'd the $12 billion go, and they were like, we don't know. That was it. Basically, stuff is so crazy. It's like only the federal government could get away with this level of waste. It's mostly waste. It's mostly not fraud. It's mostly waste. It's mostly just ridiculous things happening.
Because they've been able to do it this way for so long. They've become accustomed to it.
Yeah. It's like Milton Friedman said, money is most poorly spent when you're spending someone else's money on people you don't know. How much are you going to care?
Right.
And that's the federal government. So they're spending someone else's money on people they don't know.
Now imagine any other business that was this badly run that complains when you want to check the books and audit it and go through all the decisions that have been made and go through all the ledgers and what did you do?
Well, the people receiving the money want to keep receiving the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly.
Yes. So, but, the reason I'm putting so much effort into this is that I think it is a very dire situation. It's not It's not optional, basically. So, yeah, yeah. America's going bankrupt, so that just can't happen.
Okay, now I got another short clip also. Will be very eye-opening. Let's play that one next, and I'm going to comment some more, share with you more. Let's go.
As bad as Twitter was, the federal government is much worse. So, in the case of Twitter, it wasn't a profitable company. It was like basically a break-even company, but at least it was break-even, and it had to pass an audit. The federal government is not break-even. It's literally losing $2 trillion a year, and it does not pass its audits. It fails its own audits. So, like, there's a case where, like, I think Senator Collins was telling me about how she gave the Navy $12 billion for more submarines, got no extra submarines, and then held a hearing to say where'd the $12 billion go, and they were like, we don't know. That was it. I mean, basically, stuff is so crazy. It's like only the federal government could get away with this level of waste. It's mostly waste. It's mostly not fraud. It's mostly waste. It's mostly just ridiculous things happening.
Because they've been able to do it this way for so long, they've become accustomed to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Milton Friedman said. Like, money is most poorly spent when you're spending someone else's money on people you don't know. How much are you going to care?
Right.
And that's the federal government. So they're spending someone else's money on people they don't know.
Now imagine any other business that was this badly run that complains when you want to check the books and audit it and go through all the decisions that have been made and go through all the ledgers and what did you do?
Well, the people receiving the money want to keep receiving the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly.
Yes. So, but, I mean, the reason I'm putting so much effort into this is that I think it is a very dire situation. It's not it's not optional, basically. So, yeah. America's going bankrupt, so that just can't happen.
The bottom line, folks, is that they are spending your money and giving it to people that don't even know. How much they're going to care when it's not even their money, it's your money, and they give it to a bunch of other strangers out there. There's literally no controls, waste, corruption. Of course, they sell it to you for, we're going to fight the bad Chinese, Russians, Irans, Iraqis, Muslims, this and that country out there. Or, the government must do something about the poor, the minorities, the disabled. The old people die and eat dog food with all this government handouts, and without Medicare, Social Security, all stuff. That's how they use your fear to rip you off and make you poorer and poorer and more dependent on government because you cannot save money for yourself, for your future as you want to. Okay, so let's get to another clip now I got here. This gentleman is from Doge. He was one of the investigators that Elon Musk hired on. Let's see what he's got to say about government waste.
As bad as Twitter was, the federal government is much worse. So,
sorry, we got the right one, guys.
A profitable company. It was like basically a break-even company, but at least it was break-even.
Guys. Give us 1 minute, guys. We're going to get the right clip on from one of the actual investigators of Doge who actually was hands-on in there as to what's going on. But if it's not going to work, guys, we can skip it. You skip it right now. Okay, we'll have it later on. It's on my screen, but this one we'll add it in there later on. Okay. So we can play it. Go play it. I can play it here. Okay, we'll play it here. Then no problem. Here we go.
There's a vendor that we wanted to work with to build a particular system. And
when you say vendor, what do you mean?
Vendor is like Accenture, Deloitte, Booz Allen Hamilton, Leidos, Palantir. There's like a whole list of companies that are contractors that work commonly with the government. I'm sure there are thousands of them, but there are some that are bigger and more well-known than others. I think Booz Allen Hamilton gets something like 97% of their revenue from the government. Like they are like one of the quintessential vendors. The one of these that I'm talking to now, there was a previous vendor that we were using, and they were really taking advantage of the government on pricing. And so talked to one of the new vendors and said, can you do this for us, and how much would you charge? And it was a much lower rate. I think it was something like $2 million a year is what they offered. And I said, okay, great, but that's the price, right? I just want to make sure that that's going to be the price that we pay. They said, yep, we're not like those other guys. It's $2 million, and there's a couple other projects they're working on as well. The first 6 months go really well. Great. Then the contract comes up for a renegotiation. And now they want $100 million a year. And I'm asking them, I thought we talked about $2 million for this, $250,000 for that. It's like, oh, that was our pilot pricing. It's like, if I had known that you were going to raise your price arbitrarily by 20x for no reason whatsoever, I would not have agreed to this. But now we're in a position where we can't just stop, because now they're in our systems. And so now there's going to have to be this whole, we're either going to come to terms with like a more reasonable price, or we're going to have to find a new mic.
Yep. Yeah, this is kind of scamming that happens all the time with contractors. Heard about Palantir? Some of you heard about that? Yeah, these guys become billionaires through government contracts. In fact, I have a friend of mine in politics. He says, Payman, all the billionaires got rich on government contracts. You can become a millionaire on your own, multi-millionaire on your own, yes, but not a billionaire without government contracts, without ripping you off through the government contracts that these guys get, okay? So here in this chart, folks, you see the, let's go to the next chart after this one. Hold on. Oh, this is inflation. We have cost of, what is this guy? Cost of, what is this one? Ground beef. This is the cost of ground beef in the United States of America from 1991 to 2026, okay? Look at that. Where it was in 1995, 96 was $2, right? And here it was $5.20 in 2019, it's $5.16 in 2021, and now it's how much? Wow. Almost $9. That's inflation, because government keeps borrowing and spending. Okay, how about rent that you American people are paying? It used to be $27 for median monthly rent in America back in 1940. Okay, by year mid-80s it was $243. Okay, but 2016 was $959, and now it's over $1,500. Is your wages going up as much as this is going up? Your business profits? I don't think so. Okay. So how about U.S. housing? Okay. Home prices. Okay. Look at it from 1890 at the bottom left. Okay. To 1940. Okay. Prices went down. Okay. We had efficiencies in the system. Okay. But what happened after World War II? The cost of housing kept going up. And look how high it is 2025 record prices because of government spending, government printing money, okay, to just get rid of the debt by printing money and more money, chasing same number of goods. That means price of the goods goes up. It's very simple, basic math, okay? Here is Trump. Promised. He ran on being king of debt in 2016, saying he would eliminate national debt in 8 years. That's what he claimed. Yeah. And here it is, folks. This is Fox News. I'll tell you about that, okay? So we got to get rid of $19 trillion in debt. Trump said it a few months prior to campaign trail during an interview with the Washington Post. When asked how long it would take, Trump responded, I would say over a period of 8 years. Yeah. Well, not only that didn't happen, the debt even went up even more so, right? It's more than doubled already under Biden and the second Bush administration, okay? And Elon Musk, here it is, came out in May of last year, 25, said that he was very disappointed by Trump's big, beautiful bill and what it means for Doge, okay? Because it was not, beautiful. He says, I was disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work that the Doge team is doing. And I think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful, but I don't know if it can be both. That's right. It's a big bill, but not beautiful. What happens is contractors that suck in your money into their pocket, then they go lobby the congressmen to fund those contractors again and again and again, and they use that money to fund election of the congressman again and again and again. Want to run for office? You need money to get your name out there? The contractors, they say, if you don't do our bidding, we are going to give the money not to you to run for office, to your opponent. So politicians are captive, owned by the people that they're funding, okay, with your hard-earned money that you badly need for yourself and your family, okay? So, and here's Elon Musk ask a question. Is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? And guess what? Over 80% said yes, right here. Okay? Less than 20% said no. Do you feel the same way? I sure do. But until then, what can you do about it? Here is the solution. You can do something right now about this. So here it is. Learn about your rights and your freedom. You can restore freedom and never again voluntarily pay the Washington, D.C. swamp legally and safely guaranteed. All you have to do is seek the truth, and the truth shall set you free at freedomlawschool.org. There you'll see on our website you can join a tax strike like it's 1776, and that based on the U.S. government's official legal websites, no law requires 99% of Americans to file pay income and payroll taxes, okay? So this is something that you can all do, folks, okay? Very simple. You click on Start the 7 Easy Steps to regain your power and freedom. Right there, the gold bar. It takes you right there. Step 1, follow the law. You see proof for yourself. It is 10-minute video. Why no law requires 99% of you to file and pay income and payroll taxes, by the way. Okay? So then you go to our website, free yourself from withholding. Stop your employer from stealing your money, give it to the IRS, and the money's stolen on your paycheck. You have to file a 1040 confession slavery form to get a little bit of that stolen money back. Why? Just stop the stealing in the first place by your employer right here at freedomlawschool.org. On the right here, third item is free yourself from tax withholding. It's available to all of you for free. Then you got to stop filing those 10 for income tax confession trap forms. Stop putting a rope around your own neck, because that is how you give the IRS to rape you. Because when you sign and file a 10 for income tax confession slavery form, you state under oath that you owe the IRS money. It is not automatic. You owe nothing to the IRS automatically because your boss or somebody gave a W-2 or 1099 form to the IRS about the money they paid you. Okay? You are deceived by HR Block, okay, your accountant, CPA, okay, tax attorney, to put the rope around your neck and confess to all the IRS money, which you're going to stop doing from now on and be free, okay? Then you got to realize that they use deception with the help of a corrupt major media to have you be afraid to be free. That's right. Fear is caused by ignorance. You have the power. There's a lot more of us than them. Ours is a failing organization, okay? You don't need to be Dorothy and their friends, okay? You can stop the brainwashing. That is why people are paying income tax. We can deprogram you with the truth at freedomlawschool.org. So then you're going to realize, oh, the IRS is based upon deception and bluff. And you're going to be free because your mind is free, okay? And you can stop paying tribute to the beasts, okay? You don't have to worship and be afraid of them because they really don't have the power that you were brainwashed to believe that they have over you. Question authority. Write to Congress members. We get these petitions for free at freedomlawschool.org. Say, look, here's a law, spelled out, quoted, listed, attached, even highlighted for the lawmakers to read, the Congress members. If I'm wrong and I owe income tax, simply show me. Otherwise, I'm not going to pay you thieves. You better talk to congressmen along with you to stop this ripoff of the American people en masse, okay? And then, go folks, you got to recognize that the IRS is really not this Godzilla they made out to be. It's a fireless, toothless lizard, okay? I'll beat him in court myself. Our students have beat them. None of my students have gone to prison. Not one who stopped filing and paying income tax with Freedom Law School and stayed with Freedom Law School following our procedures has ever gone to prison, nor has the IRS taken their paycheck, bank account, or business or property. Period. That's a record of over 2 decades long plus, okay? So, and this is optional, a Restore Freedom Plan for those of you who have an attitude, a mindset of America's founding fathers. You can stand up for freedom and be free if you get together like the founding fathers did. This option is available if you want to do that. Here you have a guarantee, if you like. The IRS will not take any of your stuff whatsoever, okay? It's all for you to keep. All you gotta do is contribute and become a member of the Restore Freedom Plan. The details on our website. And then tell everybody about us. Step 7, okay? Be a modern day Paul Revere and share freedomlawschool.org with anyone you know, family members, friends, co-workers, on your social media pages, okay? Share it out there and we'll pay you for spreading the truth and having America and our families being restored once again to greatness when they're armed with the truth and the law. But it all starts with you. You have to educate yourself first. So what you do is, these videos you see on freedomlawschool.org, put them on your cell phone, in your car, you go to work, shopping or errands, whatever you do, let it play. Listen while you watch the road. Or when you're washing dishes, doing around stuff, around the house, whatever. Getting in the morning, you're brushing your teeth or shaving or whatever you're doing, let it play. Listen. At lunch and dinner this time, you play it again, watch, and listen at the same time. Now you can verify that you don't need to be afraid of the IRS. Verify why there's no law requirement to file income tax. Verify why you should not put the Roper 1040 form on your neck and make yourself a slave. Okay? And be free with peace of mind and confidence that you want to have, that you need to have. So with that, people, I give you my love. I wish you the best. I want you to be free and prosperous, but I cannot do it for you. I can give you the information, but it's up to you. You got to go out there and listen to the truth. Seek the truth at freedomlawschool.org, and the truth shall set you to be free and prosperous at the same time. Okay. As usual, now I'm going to get to your individualized questions. Some of you have sent paperwork to me, which I will review, up to 10 pages free, okay? Every Tuesday night after I do my talk about some freedom topic. But we're going to take your questions right now. The number to call to get your question answered is 424-552-1299. And then on your telephone keypad, press 1. Again, to get your question answered now, call 424-552-1299 and press 1 on your telephone keypad. And I'll take a question right now. The first caller we have right now is from area code 267. Caller, please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please. Are you there, caller? Speak up, please. You hung up? Okay, all right. Then you can call in right now if you have a question. Call 424-552-1299 and press 1. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a question right now. We have 2 more callers. I think he's there. He's there right now. Okay, 267 area code caller. Let's try you again. One more time. Announce yourself now. How you heard about us? And then your question, please.
Alex, and my question is related to filing jointly or separately with my wife if one of us is filing.
How did you hear about Freedom Law School, Alex?
Redacted.
Okay. All right. You said so one of you is filing, the other one's not filing, correct? Correct?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. So what's your question?
Yeah, so I actually, per your recommendation, been following you guys for over a year, so thank you for what you're doing. I stopped filing as of the beginning of this year per your recommendation, so as of January 1, I'm no longer filing my taxes, or no longer updating my W-4, so it's not being withdrawn from my paycheck. And so I've been kind of going that way. My wife did not do it right away. We just kind of put it off for a little bit. And so obviously now it's almost the end of August, and we haven't done it yet. And my question is, when 2026 or 2027 comes around, and obviously I'm not going to be filing a 1040, and she will possibly, I was going to ask you kind of what happens in that scenario. She may file since she was paying, and maybe she could get something back, possibly, after maybe she does her own calculation. But if she does file, and she files, say, married but separately, and I think when you do that, you still have to provide your spouse's information. Can that kind of can any bells basically go off or raise any concerns or issues?
No, there is no bells going to go off. That's how they deceive you to believe that someone's watching you. I always feel like someone is watching me. You heard that song?
Yep.
Okay? It's not true, folks. Okay, it's not true. They're not watching you. There is about 80 million Americans who do not file 1040 income tax slavery forms every year. Is there 80 million people in jail? Or the bank account paycheck taken? No. They're not watching you. There's no way possible.
Okay.
For less than 100 idiots at the IRS to watch 300 million people and write a letter to them about watching you. I got 10 people I'm watching. I got 1,000 people I'm watching. Yeah. It's all dumb computer-generated letters they use, okay? So that's not an issue at all. Yeah. You could stop being a slave, and your wife can remain a slave if she wants.
I was only concerned because I know, like, when you provide the information to them, that's the only reason I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, if she provides my social because I'm her spouse, you know what I mean? That's what I was saying. Like, if I do that, well, it's like almost like giving them the information, and they're doing hers. While they're doing hers, they say, oh, let me punch in her spouse, and then all of a sudden, something comes up or something.
No. There is no sign of intelligent life in Mars or the IRS as you've been programmed to believe. Someone's going to notice, and they're going to catch me. Say, oh, his husband's not filing. We have his slave surveillance number. Whoa, let's go after him. Let's get him. How come his SS numbers on there, and he's not filing. He's separate. Guys, let's get a group of us to figure this out. No.
Okay.
There's already 80 million slaves getting away. They're not going to have the time to do that. They don't do that stuff, okay? This is why I keep saying the step that you guys got to all spend the most time in is step 3. IRS is deception and bluff. Got to do your homework of the 7 steps. Step 3 is a very important one to lose that fear, to know, oh no, they're not going to come after me.
Right.
99+% of the time, you stop filing 1040 confession forms, you'll be just fine on your own.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so she'll still do what she normally does. So if she wants to, we'll obviously do the calculation at the end of the year. If it's not much back, then she doesn't have to do it. But if it's worthwhile, then she can still file if she'd like. And then she kind of said, well, as of January 1 of next year, that's when I'll kind of update my W-4. Or unless, do you recommend doing it in the middle of the year? Does it matter when you do it if you decide to do it?
Doesn't matter. Just stop the stealing anytime you want.
You're giving away money regardless. So, yeah. I mean, if you don't do it.
Yeah. Let's stop.
Okay.
Just stop giving money to the crooked, lazy people. Okay?
Yeah. Makes total sense.
All right. Thank you for calling, Alex.
Thank you, Payman. Appreciate it, man.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for what you're doing. I really appreciate it. And I tell everybody I know. So keep it up, man. Thank you.
You will. Bobby, when did you hear about us on Redacted? How long ago was it that you heard us on Redacted?
I actually heard about you way back. Not even wasn't Redacted. I did some searching, actually. It was on X. I actually found you guys on X. Someone posted something about an IRS agent interview, and then I looked him up. I forget his name now. But anyway, then I saw your name pop up on Redacted during that interview with the IRS agent. And then it was also Marjorie Taylor Greene you've interviewed. She's interviewed you. And so it kind of, the more I looked, the more I started seeing your name pop up. And I think it all started with a post on X by somebody.
Marjorie Taylor Greene post, probably. She interviewed me and the former Irish special agent Joe Bannister. That's probably what you saw.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Okay. Very good. Thanks for calling, Alex. I appreciate it, brother. Let's go to the next caller from area code 925.
Take care.
Folks, if you have a question, call in right now. Be on the list of people to get your question answered right now. Call 424-552-1299 and press 1 on your telephone keypad. Okay. 925 area code caller, give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hello, my name's Dan. I think I heard about you on Mike King.
Dan on Mike King, is that correct?
Yes, I think that's where I first heard you, was on Mike King's show.
Very good. Very good, Dan. How may I help you, my friend?
Well, I called in last week. I am having a problem with the state of California, and I sent some paperwork in, so I was hoping you were able to review that.
Yes, I have it right here. Dan, you are from Bethel Island, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I have it right here for 2022. Apparently, FDB ruled against you in a California Franchise Tax Board hearing, and apparently you appealed it to the next level, the California Office of Tax Appeals, and this you sent me what the government filed in the case that they, for your 2022, they put they claim you owe them some money. So what's your question about it? What about it?
How do we get out of this? I mean, I didn't file my federal taxes for the year they're trying to go after me. The year that the state's going after me. But I guess my question is, I believe that this stuff is all unlawful or unconstitutional for sure. When the Act of 1871, where they put us into the corporation, I believe that Donald Trump has taken us out of that corporation, and therefore those corporate laws that they use for taxes wouldn't that make them illegal?
Let me help you with that. No, it's not corporate law. Whatever you heard about that topic is baseless legal theories. I call them patriot mythology. The word corporation is from Latin corpus, which means body. So corporation is a fake body, make-believe body. Okay? Microsoft, Facebook, okay? These are make-believe bodies. There's no such thing as a Facebook you can touch and feel or smell. It's just a make-believe entity. So is governments. There's no such thing as the United States government you can touch and feel. Or California government touch and feel. There's no such thing as make-believe. So by nature, governments are just, are make-believe. So that doesn't make that's corporate law. Okay? So you need to stay away from...
The Act of 1871?
No, that's baloney. That's baloney. The Act of 1871, all it did, it created a municipal government for the District of Criminals because people were living in there. They had to make some laws on how to handle the municipal local affairs of the people that live in D.C. That's all it was. Not this redoing the Constitution and all this corporate law and admiralty law and Congress wasn't in recess and Sendai, all that nonsense you probably heard about, okay? That's all a bunch of baloney I heard back in early 1990s. And people that talked about that stuff, none of them are around. They went to jail, quit, went out of business, because a bunch of baloney doesn't work. But that baloney patriot mythology, sovereign citizen, I'm founding fathers, national citizen, not a U.S. citizen, blah, 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 blah. It's a bunch of nonsense. Okay, you are already free. You are already a state citizen and U.S. citizen and U.S. national at the same time. Okay? So anyhow, having gone through that stuff, okay, there's nothing I can do about what you got here. I don't know why you contact me now, Daniel, because you're in the middle of challenging the $34,000 proposed assessment that the FDB sent you for 2023. It's brand new. They're coming after you. But 2022, when you're on appeal, and let me tell you, California is a crooked state. It's a communist state. Why do you think I left California? What, about 13 years ago? I left. I loved California in 77 when I got there from Iran. What a beautiful place. Rich country. But it became communist more and more. Now the Communist Democrat Party, okay, they own that state, lock, stock, and barrel. The only thing they haven't changed is their name. It's no longer Democrats. They should call themselves Socialist Communist Party. And the judges there are crooked as well, just like the people that put them in there, the communist legislatures. Sorry to tell you the reality. So the law doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They simply ignore it. Who cares? Pay your slavery share, little boy, and get out of here. Don't give us hassle. That's what the attitude is. Shocking? Surprising? Yes. But I couldn't lie to you. I cannot tell you there's a rule of law in the socialist state of California anymore. I argue with them about the Constitution, stuff like over very small amount just for have fun, and even over some small stuff like deduction expenses that you think they'd be okay with it. They said, "Get out of here! You mess with us, waste our time. We will come after you for penalties, punishment." On top of that, don't come back here, waste our time over a little piddly little thing. You got to go, little slave. That was their attitude. So I'm sorry to tell you, that's what it is. I would suggest you get the heck out of California as soon as you can, number one. Number two, you send me incomplete paperwork, okay? I don't know what this $33,000 is based upon because you send me incomplete paperwork. And but if they come out to you for $33,000, what's that based upon, by the way? $33,000. Can you tell me?
It's based on my gross. They got it somewhere from my gross income, but I did, like I said, I did not file my.
Gross receipts. Gross receipts of your business. That's what you mean.
2018 or 19.
Hold on. You mean your business's gross receipts, not net profits, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Normally I don't pay more than about $2,000 or $2,500 to the state when all the years that I was paying.
What do you do for a living, Daniel?
I'm a recovering contractor.
A what?
a floor covering contractor.
Oh,
I'm an
okay,
independent
gotcha.
contractor, so I was
Yeah.
supposed to pay quarterlies and all
Right.
that jazz.
Right.
I don't have building or any of that stuff.
I have to tell you this, Daniel. California is such a communist, socialist state, totalitarian state, that if you don't file an income tax or don't pay the taxes in full to California, eventually they could take your contracting license away from you. So you have choices. It's called go to other states in America. Go to Nevada. Go to Texas, Florida. Yep. Other states. You live in California, that's the price you got to pay. Sorry to say it. I don't mean to be blunt, but I have no choice to be honest with you. Okay? You know, you can just file with FTB, California Franchise Tax Board, but not file with the IRS. The big gorilla will leave you alone. They're a bunch of incompetent idiots, but California is very crooked, okay? And anything you got, they just throw numbers at you. You know, how much your gross receipts are. Your net is a lot less. I know that. They know that too. They're just twisting your arms to fill out a 10 for you to reduce it. That's all it is. That's all it is. They're a bunch of crooked criminals that want money from me. They do this deliberately. Okay? And as you see, they just ignored everything you said in your brief you filed in 2022 that you did. They're going to ignore you because that's what they are. As long as the average Californians don't care, okay, they get to get away with all this. Sad to say. But we give the government we deserve. California has become communist. So definitely suggest you leave a communist state like me and come to Florida, Texas, Tennessee, some of these no state income tax states where this economy is booming because there's freedom, there's opportunities, okay? So you live on an island, you can't be too poor if you live on an island in California. Sell your house. You got tons of equity in there. Come out, live like a king, and start new. There's a shortage of contractors in places that are growing like Tennessee, Florida, and Texas, and because naturally you don't want to leave your business behind, start new someplace else. It's a risk. You don't want to probably leave your relatives and family either. Well, that's a risk. But think about it. Founding fathers, ancestors came from across Atlantic from Europe to America to take a chance, left their family and everything they had behind. People came to America in the 1800s, right? And what they tell them? Go west, young man. Left New York and Pennsylvania for new opportunities in the West. Now, go west, young man, is go to states with no state income tax. That's my best suggestion. Because these crooks are criminals. If you don't file and reduce the tax maybe $2,000 to $4,000, they'll come after you for the $34,000. You can delay them a little bit, okay? But, you know, they eventually will assess the taxes on you. And this on our website is a list of states that are income taxing. The green states in the state income tax map are states that do not have a state income tax. America is not a country. We are 50 countries in a union like France and Germany are part of the European Union, yet they're all each countries. Leave the socialist communist countries like California, New York, Massachusetts, Hawaii, come to free states like Florida, Texas, Texas, Tennessee, Wyoming, Nevada, all that stuff. All right? Any other questions, Daniel?
Well, I guess for my immediate, because the moving would take a little bit of time, so should I file those 2 years and pay it?
Yep, that's what I would do.
Okay.
You know, and now until you make a transition out of that corrupt state. But I promise you this, my friend, your business will boom out of California because California, the middle class is shrinking. Okay, you got the tiny multi-millionaires, billionaires, middle class is shrinking. And so, and you got lots of competition from illegal aliens from Mexico all over the place. Okay, they undercut you all the time in any construction-related business. So you better, in those states like Tennessee, Florida, I think, or, Nevada even is better, and you're going to do much better, and maybe it's a good thing. because it pushes you out. Again, multimillionaires are leaving, billionaires are leaving California. What the guy that owns Facebook, what's his name? Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg?
Yeah, he left California. Why do you think Elon Musk left California? Hey, what does it matter if I do it over there? I could do what I do anywhere. So why not go where there's more freedom, right? And I think that makes sense for you, my friend. All right?
Yes.
All right. Any other questions, Dan? Is that good for you?
No, that'll do it. Thank you so much for what you do.
You're welcome, my friend. My pleasure. We have another call from area code 307. 307 caller. Please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Okay, I heard about you just randomly searching on the YouTube. You just came up.
And what's your name?
And my name is Leo. I don't know if I said that.
No, say it again.
My name is Leo.
Leo. Okay, Leo. How may I help you, my friend?
Okay, I'm doing good. Living in Texas on the Gulf Coast. You know, the Gulf of Texas. It's not called Gulf of America, just so you guys all know that.
Yes.
My question. All right, my question is the IRS code. I've done a little research. You know, I'm not the smartest guy, but the IRS code doesn't even define what income is. My question is, what is income? Where I've looked, it says that income, and then it gives a definition of income, and it says that it's income. It doesn't really define what it is. So I don't know how we pay income taxes on something that they can't even define.
Well, the Internal Revenue Code doesn't do that, but if you go on a statutory hub, right here, statute reference hub, okay, and you go under here on the left-hand side, the where's this historical United States and state definitions? Do we have the law, the original 1913 law? Any original 1913 law? Yeah, right there. Yeah, here we go. Yep, that's what state in the United States. But the first law that imposes it. Well, I don't have it here. We probably should put it on there someplace. Okay, but the first income tax law, 1913, says it is a tax on income of citizens and residents of the United States. And anybody that carries on trade or business in the United States, meaning D.C. and her territories. So that's what they're referring to. Someone having income from this land, which is not a state. And it can be taxed in there, in D.C., without regard to the constitutional limitations of taxation. Okay? Yeah, so, no, that's not it. This 1913 law, I need that one. There, yeah, we got to put it up. We'll put it up. No problem. So, anyhow, so that doesn't matter. Bottom line is that it's not for you. What state are you from, Leo?
I live in Texas, next to the Gulf of Texas.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Who cares about what income means or how far is moon from Earth? Doesn't matter. It doesn't apply to you anyways. Okay?
Okay. All right.
All right. Very good, my friend. Thank you for calling.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for answering that.
You're welcome. All right. We're gonna go questions on social media. Unless you have a question, you can call and get answered right now. The number to call is 424-552-1299. 424-552-1299. Then you press 1 on your telephone keypad, and I can take your question right now. Okay? Let's see. Do you have anything on Instagram, guys? Any questions on there either? No, it's all good? All right, guys. Thank you for being with me. I appreciate every one of you. I'm here for you. Somebody just called in. Yep. 408 area code caller and a 409 area code callers. One after another are going to go next. 408 area code caller. Please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hello.
Yes.
سلام آقا پیمان، حال شما؟
من خوبم. شما چطوری؟ What's your
Thank you
name?
very much. I'm so proud to see an Iranian like you doing what you do. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. What is your name, hon?
Yes, my name is Leila. We actually talked before, but I don't expect you to remember because you get so many callers.
That's okay, Layla. You know, we could do it Persian, but everybody here speaks English, so we have to talk English, Layla. That's okay. What city are you from, Tehran, or are you born here?
No, I was born in Tehran, but I came here after the revolution, and I'm in California, and I just wanted to say I really agree with everything you said about California. It's absolutely horrible here. The corruption is off the charts. I've seen so many horrible things here. It's just incredible. And I actually wanted to ask you about inheritance law, but since you mentioned to get out of California, I was wondering, that's a great idea. I should probably do it. I just got some inheritance from Germany, and I wanted to ask you because ChatGPT says that I have to report it anyways. Is that true?
The inheritance law, the estate tax laws apply only to citizens and residents of Washington, D.C. as well. Did one of your relatives pass away and leave you an estate behind? Is that the case?
I'm sorry, but I didn't understand.
You ask about inheritance tax, correct?
Yes, my aunt in Germany left me some money, and I'm dying to get out of California and and I don't want the state to steal it from me.
Well, leave California is the easiest way. You no longer be a Californian.
So how can I find out how to move? Because I'm 62 years old. I don't have family in anywhere. How would I find out how to do this? Can you give any advice?
Yes, I can. You want to leave California? First, you gotta do an investigation what state you would like better. Okay, I had traveled in late '90s to about 30 states in America, did seminars across America, and for me it was easy. Go to a state with no state income tax, with more freedom, and found that. And so we came down to Texas and Florida, for me. Okay, Texas was not only higher than Florida. Texas had high property taxes, and Florida had much better weather. It had actually average property taxes and lower housing costs as well, and relatives in both states. Some went to Florida. That's why there's a reason I think Florida's become the '1 state where everybody goes to. California used to be the golden state after World War II and throughout 1970s. That changed. Now, Florida is a golden state everybody comes to. So come to Florida. Now, what parts of Florida best? In my opinion, I researched it out. The best area is the greater Tampa area, because Central Florida area is best. Miami is becoming more like a California a little bit, and then you got, Jacksonville, it's okay. Orlando, okay. Southwest is okay. But Tampa area, I think, is better because it's not too big, but not too small. And you can go on the countryside of it if you want, like I am, or go along the beaches. It's more affordable. That's what I would do if I was you. So just take the money and leave.
I don't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money. I can still work probably, but I don't have a lot of money.
How much is your inheritance? About
100,000.
About 100,000.
Yes.
Okay. How do you make a living right now? How do you pay for your bills right now?
Right now I'm with my family, but I have to leave soon. I can't stay here that much longer.
Okay. You're not answering my question. How do you pay for food, rent, car insurance, gas, necessities? What's your source of income for that or support?
Right. I was working before. I saved up a little bit, I don't have a car. I'm getting rid of my stuff. Basically, I'm living off a little bit of savings that I made when I was working. But that's about it.
How do you pay for rent, food? You don't answer my question. The few things you have to pay out of your pocket cash. How do you get that money?
For rent because I live in my family house.
Okay. Your family is supporting you. Then you're stuck. So you're stuck, Layla. You cannot leave because they're covering your rent for you and your food for you. So be there and be thankful you have family that loves you and takes care of you.
Well,
and your inheritance is too small anyhow. There's no inheritance tax on that anywhere in America. It's too small. You keep it. That's your money. No tax at all on it whatsoever.
I don't have to report it either?
No. Any other questions?
I don't have to report it? I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, I said no, you don't have to. There's nothing to report. It's inheritance.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you for everything you do.
You're welcome, Layla. Layla, how did you hear about me, by the way?
I've known you for a long time. I actually talked to you. I have your phone number too, but I didn't want to call your number. I've known you for a very long time.
Okay, Layla. I think I remember you. Okay, now I know who you are. Okay. Well, thank you for calling, Layla. It was good to hear from you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to go to the next caller from area code 409. Give me your first name, caller. How you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Yes, my name's Corey from Texas.
Yes, Corey, how may I help you?
Yes, sir. So W-2 from my company, been there 20-something years. And then I also have 2 LLCs. I have a few rent houses under one LLC. And then I'm also a dealer broker, sell metal buildings, which, you know, they take taxes out. What can I do for my W-2? What do I need to give to my employer for them to stop the federal income tax? And then also, what do I do for the 2 LLCs?
Bob, how did you hear about us, Corey?
Instagram.
Okay, very good.
That, and I think you were interviewed by Green.
Margie Taylor Green, yes.
Yes,
Yes, correct. Well, let me show you. On our website, you go at freedomlawschool.org, go on the top right center, under right category. You click on that. And the bottom of that is free yourself from tax withholding. You get it that way. Okay. We also have it, I think, bottom of step 1, right, guys? Or step 4. What step is we have? We start withholding, guys. Bottom of step 5. Yeah, you can also go to our bottom of step 5 that we have on our website, and that's our top our victories, right? Yeah. Step 5, you can go in there at the bottom of victories. There we have. Let me see. Here it is. I mean, you meant 4, yeah. Step 4. Bottom step 4, the petitions. Yeah, yep. 4, you have also the stop income tax withholding in that page as well. Okay.
Okay. That's for the employer. Okay.
Right.
My W-2. Okay.
Right. Yep. As far as your business, it's very simple. Stop sending quarterly estimated payments to the IRS and don't file. Folks, if you're not an employee, it's double dumb for you to pay income tax. The employees have to stop income tax withholding. The employees cannot stop the employer from stealing payroll taxes, FICA, Social Security taxes out of the paycheck. They will not. They can't get that money back. That's gone. But you work for yourself?
Yes, they usually.
And if a contractor, rent, or landlord, just stop. What's that?
They send me, I think, a 1099 of what taxes that I owe every year. So just stop. Just don't pay.
Yep. It doesn't matter. The IRS doesn't use that information. Okay. You see, what you people got to understand when you go through our 7 steps on our website, you find IRS is based upon bunch of hoopla. It's based upon deception to make you believe that they use those 1099s to come after you, because there's about 80 million non-filers in America. 80 million with an M. Okay, that number is based upon this chart on my screen. Okay, that shows back in 1996, 30 years ago numbers. Okay, there was 63 million non-filers based upon IRS's own best estimates. Okay, so they have W-2s on these people. They have 1099s on these people. Doesn't matter. They cannot come after them. They have to issue, if they want to come after you, a official notice, official letter, okay, called the Notice of Deficiency, and give you a chance to challenge this proposal in the U.S. tax court. They do not want to do that. They don't do that.
Okay.
So they just leave you alone if you don't file, because they have only about less than 20 full-time U.S. tax court judges. Understand that? So they just make you scared.
Yes.
That's all there. Yeah. Right. Any other questions?
Yes. So this recording that you're doing with everyone, are you going to have that maybe saved to where we can rewatch it on your webpage?
Oh yeah. You can go out to Freedom Law School's Rumble channel, the Odyssey channel, and YouTube channel. We have them up there, for free. We put out the live version here with question and answers. Okay, you could go on to our social media pages. It's there. And then what we do, we have the edited version of it. We put on there also, just only the presentation as well.
Oh, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions, guys? You can call us also at 813-444-4800. Okay? All right, Corey, thank you for calling in with your question. All right. Any questions online?
Yes, sir.
No?
Thank you for what you do. Bye-bye.
You're welcome, my friend. Thank you, Corey, for calling. I appreciate you. One more last chance. If you have a question, call now. Call 424-552-1299 and press 1. Call 424-552-1299 and press 1. If you have a question, otherwise we'll end this. There's no caller on Instagram. No. So we go out there on other platforms. There's no questions either. Okay. Okay. Oh, the guy says, I just paid back $120,000 of back taxes. Will I be on their radar? Aaron says, no. Their IRS does not have a radar. Okay. They don't have a radar to begin with. Okay. There's 80 million non-filers already. Hear me again. 80 million with an M non-filers every year. They cannot come after all these people and send them out to less than 20 tax court judges to hear cases of non-filers. There's no automatically coming after you with a W-2 1099. There is no such thing. They have to send you an official tax proposal letter, and now you can challenge them in tax court. So because they have less than 20 U.S. tax court judges, they leave 99+% of people who don't file 10 for income tax slavery confession forms alone. That's it. That's simple. Okay? We have 2 new callers from area code 413. Another one from area code 847. 413 area code caller. Please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
My name is Dale, and I heard about you years ago from the brochures that used to be mailed out to my house.
Hold on. Your first name is Gail, you said?
From the brochures that used to be mailed.
Gail, turn down your radio or computer. There's an echo here going on. Yeah, radio or computer on. Turn it down, please, so we can hear you clearly. Yeah, number one. Okay. Whatever device you have on the background, Otherwise, I have to go to the next caller. I'm sorry, because it's too much background noise yet.
Okay,
Where are you at?
So I'm just supposed to talk on the phone?
Yes.
Now
correct.
I can't hear you at all. Okay, but I don't hear you. Okay. I'm unfortunately in Massachusetts, and I get a teacher's pension, which comes from the state. How do I tell the state to stop taking money out?
Massachusetts is a corrupt socialist state. So I'm afraid it's not going to be easy for you to do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't follow every 42 states that have state income tax. I don't know how to stop withholding. I don't know. I honestly just don't know. Plus, that's a very aggressive state, Massachusetts. You want to turn the computer down so I can hear you. You should be able to hear me on your phone. You should be able to hear me on the live call number. You don't need to hear me on the computer.
Turn the computer down so I can hear you. You should be able to hear me on your phone.
Okay? If you not do that, I can go next caller.
I've never called in anything before, so this is a new experience.
Any other questions?
No, you're basically saying that they're going to keep taking money out of my pension regardless.
I don't know.
There's nothing I can do.
I don't know. I do not know. And if you do,
Okay.
Massachusetts may come after you because they're more aggressive than many other states. You know, I don't have that many supporters in communist states like New York, Massachusetts, okay? California, there's more, but still, a lot of people that call me have already moved on out of these communist states like Massachusetts and New York and California to other more freedom-oriented states like Florida, Texas, you know, Nevada, other Tennessee type of thing.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I know I should move to New Hampshire, but I do an Airbnb in my house. It has 7 rooms, and if I move, then I lose my business. So I guess
no, you don't.
that's the trade-off.
Sell it, buy another one in New Hampshire. That's all you got to do. Sell it, buy some
Yeah,
gold,
they're very, very
silver,
expensive.
some
I don't know.
crypto.
I really don't have any money. Yeah. Okay.
Then in that case, you got to live with what you got. Unfortunately, if you choose to stay in that communist state for your own reasons, which is your choice, that's part of the price
Yeah.
you have to pay. That's all.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling. 847 area code caller, please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hi, Payman. My name is Charles. I live in the Chicago area, and I don't even know where I heard about you. It's been many, many years. Could have been a lot of places, but I've got a tax court case coming up here in the end of October, and I've got a summary judgment that's been imposed on me that I have to respond to by September 18th. And I was wondering at this late date, it is a tough question to ask you. I understand that. But is it possible for Freedom Law School to be able to do something for somebody that's into it this deep?
Most likely not. We may be able to reduce it. Not to get rid of it, potentially, but we need to see a paperwork to give you a more definite answer.
Okay. And is there a fee there probably is a fee to look at the paperwork? Is it what will you charge for that?
Well, here's the thing. I do not do cases for people unless they are part of the Restore Freedom Plan already. Okay? So if you join the Restore Freedom Plan and stay a member, okay, that's 30% what you would have paid the IRS. You contribute to the Restore Freedom Plan. You keep the other 70% with a guarantee that you're not going to lose anything to the IRS. We guarantee it completely. If they take your money, we'll reimburse you. We'll charge you extra to help you with this pre-existing tax court case you got. But if that's the case, you need to get with me right away to figure out what's going on, what to do, the options are. Okay, you may want to start with a paid one-on-one consultation, okay, which are on my screen. I'll put it up for you under Get Help on our website. Click on Get Help, and it shows you. I would suggest consultation with one of my assistants, not myself, because it's cost you less. Okay, I charge $1,000 an hour. My specially trained people, I charge for them only $300. So that's a better way for you to go to evaluate your situation and then go forward. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling, my friend. All right. Anybody with a question? Here is your chance to call, get your question answered right now. Call 424-552-1299 and press 1 on your telephone keypad. 424-552-1299 and press 1 on your telephone keypad if you have a question. Otherwise, I don't think you have any questions on Instagram. I don't see any questions online either. Okay? All right. Yeah, I think we have anything online there. Okay. All right. No question online either. No. All right. Very good, guys. I love you all. Remember, educate yourself as you drive around at freedomlawschool.org. Listen, watch the road. Okay. While you're doing past activities, working out, exercising, running. Okay, washing dishes, whatever you do, listen to videos, and now you're going to really understand that you don't need to be afraid of the IRS. There's way too many of us. The law is on your side. And Freedom Law School has a system that works for over 30 years, folks. I have not filed and paid any federal income tax. And the IRS knows me. They have not even tried to indict me to put me on trial to put me in jail for not filing and paying income tax, because there's no law that requires you or me or the people of the 50 states to file and pay federal income tax to begin with. And they know that. That is why they don't want to put me on trial and lose. That's why if you do it right the way I've done at freedomlawschool.org, you will be free. Just go to our website, freedomlawschool.org, and follow the steps. The first 5 steps are free. The last 2 are optional. Restore Freedom Plan. To have a guarantee, if you want, of 100%. So with that, I wish the best of love, best of freedom, my friends. With wisdom and love and positive energy, you will be free at freedomlawschool.org.